Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform presented by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. Bapuji Saloke Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kolhapur. The learning objectives for today's session are number 1, study of air conditioning system. What do you mean by air conditioning system? The terms related to the air conditioning system will be studied in today's session. And second, the different types of air conditioning system will be studied. We know the different types of air conditioning system: window air conditioning, split air conditioner, center air conditioning system will be studied in today's session. Starting with air conditioning, the basic idea behind designing air conditioning system was to provide human comfort over the years. Human comfort over the year. Air conditioning systems have developed and become more sophisticated and are used now in more number of applications. To the demand to develop new, better and controlled air conditioning system in a cheaper way is growing along with the increasing use of air conditioning system in our day-to-day life. Air conditioning system is defined as science which deals with supply and maintaining desirable internal atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition. Or air conditioning may be defined as simultaneous control of temperature, humidity, motion of air and purity of air within the enclosed space. In simple language, air conditioning can be defined as maintaining temperature of an internal environment irrespective of an external environment. Next is the classification of the air conditioning system. The air conditioning system may be broadly classified as follows. Number 1, according to the purpose. According to the purpose, the air conditioning system are classified as two types: comfort air conditioning system. In comfort air conditioning system, in purpose of such system is to create atmospheric condition good to the human health, comfort and efficiency. This system is used in homes, office, shops, restaurants, hospital, schools, etc. And industrial air conditioning system used in industry for the proper conduct of research and manufacturing process, usually used in textile mills, paper mill, machine parts manufacturing plant, tool rooms, printing rooms, photo processing rooms, etc. Second, according to the season of the year, the winter air conditioning system used in winter, or summer air conditioning system used in summers. The only problem in these controls, removal of moisture is accomplished in this system. And third, year round air conditioning system, that is all weather air conditioning system. This system are composed of heating and cooling equipment with automatic control according to the season requirement. Third is according to the equipment arrangement. Then these are classified as central air conditioning, when more than one room in the same building are to be air conditioned, which require approximately same temperature and RH. This is achieved by central air conditioning system. And unitary air conditioning. Unitary air conditioning system make use of air conditioner which are completely factory assembled. A single air conditioner may serve if the building is small one, or the area may be divided into small zone, each being served by conditioner of small medium capacity. Next, according to the working substance used, that is the all air system, or second chilled water system and air water system. And the fifth type is according to the volume of air handled by the system, that is constant volume system and variable volume system. Next is psychometric properties of air and the terms related to psychometry. The term psychometry means pertaining to the measurement of cold. Psychometry is a branch of engineering science which deals with the study of moist air, that is dry air mixture with water vapor. It also includes the study of behavior of dry air and water vapor mixture along with their measurement and control, is known as psychometry. Psychometry attempts to understand the behavior of moist air under various conditions. Although air is a mixture of different gases, like we know, like CO2, O2, N2, etc., for psychometric purpose, it is assumed to be a curved substance and not a mixture. Thus, from psychometric point of view, most air includes dry air and water vapor. We shall now study the psychometric terms. The first is dry air. Dry air is a no water content. Pure dry air is a mixture of gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, argon, neon, helium, etc. But oxygen and nitrogen are the major contribution. Dry air is considered to be mixture or oxygen 20.90% by volume, 23% by weight, together with nitrogen 79 by volume and 76 by weight. Pure dry air does not ordinarily exist in nature because water vapor is always diffused in varying proportion. Air is considered as perfect gas. It follows the law we know that PV upon T is equal to constant, or PV is equal to MRT. Second, moist air. Moist air, it is the mixture of dry air and water vapor. The amount of water vapor present in the air depends upon the absolute pressure and temperature of mixture. Third, saturated air. Saturated air is also a mixture of dry vapor and water vapor, dry air and water vapor, and it is saturated when it diffused maximum amount of water vapor depend upon absolute pressure and temperature. The water vapor usually occurs in the form of superheated steam as an invisible gas. When saturated air is cooled to certain temperature, the water vapor in the air starts to condense and may be visible in the form of mist or fog. Fourth, dry bulb temperature. Dry bulb temperature is the temperature recorded by an ordinary thermometer with clean, dry sensing element when bulb of thermometer is exposed to the air. It is generally denoted by TD. Next, wet bulb temperature. Wet bulb temperature is the temperature recorded by the thermometer when the bulb is covered by the wet cloth which is exposed to the air. It is denoted by TW. Next is wet bulb depression. And wet bulb depression is the difference between dry bulb temperature and the wet bulb temperature at any point. The wet bulb depression indicates relative humidity of the air. Seventh, dew point temperature. Dew point temperature, it is the temperature of air recorded by ordinary thermometer when moisture, that is water vapor present in the air, starts to condense. The temperature of air recorded by ordinary thermometer when moisture present in the air starts to condense is called as dew point temperature. It is also called as the saturation temperature of air corresponding to the partial pressure of water vapor. It is denoted by TDP. The next psychometric term is the dew point depression. Dew point depression is the difference between dry bulb temperature and the dew point temperature of the air. It is the difference between dry bulb temperature and the dew point temperature of the air. Next, specific humidity. Specific humidity is defined as mass of water vapor in a unit mass of dry air. Specific humidity is defined as ratio of water vapor to the mass of dry air in a given volume of air vapor mixture, given by W is equal to mv upon ma, where mv is mass of water vapor and ma is the mass of dry air. Next is degree of saturation. Degree of saturation is the ratio of mass of water vapor in a unit mass of dry air to the mass of water vapor in the same mass of dry air when saturated at the same temperature. Given by mu, it is given by mu. Mu is equal to W upon Ws, where W is mass of water vapor in a unit mass of dry air to mass of water vapor in same mass of dry air when it is saturated. Next, relative humidity. Relative humidity is defined as ratio of actual mass of water vapor in a given volume of moist air to the mass of water vapor in same volume of saturated air at same temperature and pressure, given by phi, that is mv upon ms, mass of water vapor in given volume of moist air to mass of water vapor in same volume of saturated air is called as relative humidity. Next is absolute humidity. Absolute humidity is defined as weight of vapor in an unit volume of dry air. Absolute humidity is defined as weight of vapor in a unit volume of dry air. Next is enthalpy of an moist air. Enthalpy is defined as total heat content in a moist air. The heat content in a moist air, the total heat is the sum of latent heat and sensible heat, generally given as H is equal to 1.022 TD, that is dry bulb temperature, plus W into LDP minus 2.3 TDP, where LDP is the latent heat at dew point temperature and W is water vapor in unit mass of dry air. And the last is Dalton's law of partial pressure. The Dalton's law states that the total pressure exerted by mixture of air and water vapor is equal to the sum of pressure which constituent would exert if occupied the same space by itself. The total pressure exerted by mixture of air and water is equal to the sum of pressure, that is Pb is equal to Pa plus Pv. Pb is barometric pressure or total pressure exerted by an air vapor mixture, and Pa is partial pressure of air and Pv is partial pressure of water vapor. Next is window air conditioning system or window type room air conditioning. Window room air conditioning system consists of a casing which is divided into two parts by a vertical portion, that is outer part and indoor part, as shown in figure below. It is marked by the outside portion and the inside portion. The partition has a small opening at the top. The outdoor part, which is fitted outside the room and consists the compressor, hermetically sealed, condenser, motor driven fan and a tray. Indoor part is fitted inside the room, consists of evaporator, motor driven fan or blower, expansion device, that is capillary and control panel, and an air filter, grill, power connection and a tray. The indoor portion is divided into two parts by an horizontal partition which has small opening to the right side. Two trays are connected by the pipeline. Condenser is connected to evaporator by capillary tube through filter. Evaporator is connected to compressor by suction pipeline, and compressor is connected to condenser by discharge pipeline. In the simple vapor compression refrigeration system is used, the air moving inside the room and in front part of the air conditioning where the cooling coil is located is considered to be the room air. when the window AC is started, the blower starts immediately, and after a few seconds, the compressor starts. The low temperature refrigerant vapor is sucked by the compressor and compressed to high pressure, high temperature, and discharged to condenser, and vapor condenses, rejecting the latent heat. The liquid refrigerant passes into the filter and to the capillary tube, where it is throttled and then flown back to the evaporator coil at low pressure. The liquid refrigerant at low pressure in evaporator coil rapidly boils and pick up evaporation enthalpy from the evaporator surface. The fan or blower drive the air from the room through air filter and the lower part of the unit and forces it to flow over the evaporator coil. Temperature of cooling coil is much lesser than the room air. The refrigerant inside the cooling coil absorbs the heat from the air. Due to this, the temperature of air reduces, and hence air becomes chilled and is circulated back again into the conditioned room. The filter is very important part of AC since it cleans the air before it enters the room. For proper functioning of the filter, it is very important to keep it clean. This type of air conditioning system is used in bedroom, offices, drawing office, etc. It cools the air and dehumidifies it as it operates automatically once it put it into operation. Limitations of this is are it has no control over humidity. In most cases, there is not a provision for heating in winter, and no provision is also provided for humidification. The next is central air conditioning. Central air conditioning system, all components are grouped together in one central room, and conditioned air is distributed from one central room to the required places through the extension duct network. The central air conditioning generally used for load about 25 tons of refrigeration. The central air conditioning plant consists of the following components and are assembled together, namely the compressor with drive motor, condenser or air handling unit with cooling coil, throttling devices and interconnecting refrigerant piping are carefully selected and installed on the field. The condensing unit, that is compressor, is drive with the motor, and the condenser are located in plant room separated from air conditioned space. An air handling unit is always as far as possible. Both supply and return duct will have to be insulated as they pass through the non-conditioned area. The central air conditioning system can either be direct or indirect type. Chilled water is used as a cooling medium for central air conditioning system to decrease the temperature of air with the help of chiller. The figure below shows the chilled water type central air conditioning system. The chilled water from the evaporator, called as chiller of the refrigeration system, is supplied to cooling coil, which is placed in the flow stream of hot air. The hot atmospheric air is passed through an air filter for removal of dust and bacteria, and clean air then is passed over the cooling coil. Then this conditioned air is supplied to room, while the hot water from cooling coil is sent back to the cooling tower and then chillers. The quantity of air passed through air conditioning system depends upon the load. The quantity of air supply is controlled with the help of damper. The advantages of central air conditioning system is that initial cost and running cost are low per unit of refrigeration. It is located away from air conditioned place, better accessibility for maintenance, noisy and vibration problems are eliminated. It is generally used in malls, cinema halls, big hotels, etc. Next, comparison between window and central air conditioning system. First, in window air conditioning system, factory assembled components are used, while in central air conditioning system, site assembled components. High capital cost per ton of refrigeration for window air conditioning system, where low cost capital cost for ton per ton of refrigeration for central air conditioning system. More noisy and vibration, and whereas central air conditioning system is less noisy and vibration. Window air conditioning system has a small capacity of up to about 25 tons, whereas the central air conditioning system have larger capacity about 25 tons. Ductwork is eliminated in window air conditioning system, while ductwork is necessary for central air conditioning system. Installation cost is low for window air conditioning system, whereas installation cost is more for central air conditioning system. The system failure affects only one room for window air conditioning system, whereas the system failure of the central air conditioning system will affect the all rooms. Individual requirements of the room can be met in window air conditioning system, and for a central air conditioning system, the individual need of room cannot be met. Accessibility for the maintenance is poor in case of window air conditioning system, whereas accessibility for maintenance is high for central air conditioning system. Thank you. This completes our fifth chapter of power engineering and refrigeration. Refrigeration and air conditioning system. In today's session, we have completed the last and the remaining part of this chapter. Thank you.